from Daniel RPK stating that Marvel Studios' X-Men reboot film will reportedly not include Wolverine. And the reason for this is Hugh Jackman will continue to play the role, apparently even after Avengers Secret Wars. This is a terrible idea. I, as much as anybody, love Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. I love Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. I mean, you think of Wolverine live action, you've got nobody else besides Henry Cavill at this point who played him for 0.6 seconds in Deadpool and Wolverine. But let's not act like there's anybody else that you really think about. But that is all the more reason why Marvel Studios, the MCU, needs to embrace getting somebody else in there. Hugh Jackman he's getting old. And I'm not saying that he's not capable of playing Wolverine for another 10, 15 years. Obviously, he did it in Deadpool and Wolverine. He absolutely, with movie magic, with stunt doubles and everything, you could absolutely make it work. The problem is there comes a time when you just need to recast. There comes a time when you need to move on and do something new. And the fact that you're going to create an X-Men team, create a mutant saga, because that's what's rumored. Apparently, after the multiverse, when the multiverse saga ends, come 2027, 2026, 2027, when the multiverse ends in 2027, they're moving into the mutant saga. And that's where we're going to see the mutants and the X-Men come into play. So when that happens, you're not going to have a young Logan, a young Wolverine. And if you're outside of the multiverse at that point, if the multiverse is done, why are you going to have an old Logan, an old Wolverine, and then not have the ability to tell stories with a young Wolverine, a young Logan? I don't buy this completely. I don't buy this rumor completely. I just think it's a bad idea. I think that you need to get somebody younger. Again, I go back to what has happened with Star Wars. You take a look with Star Wars, they absolutely should recast Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia. They recast Han Solo. It's okay to recast those characters and tell stories when they were younger, where in those time periods where we can't tell when they're older, specifically just with Han Solo and Luke Skywalker, because they're old now. And you can't tell, you don't want to tell stories now with them being old. You want to tell stories when they're young. So recast them. People will get over it. People will be fine. Yeah, you might have a little bit of outcry for 6 months, but once that movie comes out, if you cast properly and you get a good story, people are going to buy into it and like it. I think this is a terrible move, a terrible idea if this is actually the way they're going to go, which I don't think, look, as much as I criticize Marvel for a lot of stuff they've done over the last number of years, Kevin Feige cannot be this dumb. He cannot be this dumb. Wolverine is such an important character to X-Men lore, to the general audience specifically. And to not have a young Wolverine, a new Wolverine in the MCU version of the X-Men is a problem. It's a huge problem. And again, Hugh Jackman has been great for the last 25 years. Absolutely. Give him his flowers. He's been great. He walked off into the sunset amazingly in Logan. You brought him back for Deadpool and Wolverine. It was great. Maybe we see him in Secret Wars. Sure, cool. Give him another send-off there. He doesn't need any more than that. We don't need any more than that from him. At that point, what else can he do? What else should he do? There's nothing else he needs to do. He carried that X-Men franchise for 15, 20 years. He doesn't need to carry anything else. Just let him have a little fun with Deadpool, Wolverine, and maybe Secret Wars. Get him on screen with a Spider-Man one time because that's what people want, and then move on. Give us something new. But let me know what you guys think. I want to hear what you guys have to say about this.